What's up, y'all? Dennis here from Do It All Garage. I wanted to do a video on this new KLUTCH air hose reel that I just bought. I just installed it, I guess last weekend. Anyway, here it is. It's the Northern Tool and Equipment KLUTCH brand. Alright. There's the serial number, model number, item number up there if you're curious. But anyway, it holds 50 feet of 3/8 inch inner diameter air hose. It's rubber air hose. It's not a poly or you know, the hybrid air hose, PVC hose. A lot of people don't like those. I don't really care for them either. They're not as flexible, but it does come with 50 feet of hose in it. It's got these nice rollers on it right here, nylon rollers, all 4 of them, pretty nice. It's got a 3/8 fitting on the end there, you can see that. It's all brass and everything, but anyway, seems to be real good quality hose. I actually I picked this thing up. It was on sale online for like 87 bucks. And I actually went in the store to get it at the sale price, and they ended up being on sale for $79.99. So I went ahead and picked it up. I also got this Ironton brand swivel that's back here. I'll show this to you. Okay. That black swivel that it's mounted on, those are normally $20. That was on sale for $15, which was awesome. This thing's pretty stout. Looks like maybe a little thicker than 1/8 inch metal, but anyway, it's plenty stout enough. It holds it just fine. I fastened it all with 1/2 inch bolts and washers, nuts, lock washers, and I could have just fastened the hose reel straight to the plywood and it would have been fine for my garage pretty much, but for $15 to have that swivel to be able to move it around when you need it, you know, it was well worth it in my opinion. But anyway, I've seen some of those for $50 and $60, and you know, I couldn't imagine they're much more stout than that anyway. But one tip I will give you: when you're putting 1/2 inch bolts in the actual air hose reel in the holes right here, you're gonna have to ream them out just a little bit because of the paint or the powder coat, however they coat it. I had to get my Milwaukee M18 grinder, not grinder but die grinder, with a little carbide tip, which is freaking awesome. Okay, brushless, what? So anyway, it made quick work of it. I just had to kind of scratch some of the paint off the inside of the hole and they went right in. Didn't have any problems fitting the bolts in this Ironton brand swivel. But anyway, this fitting comes on it right here. So you have to put your air hose fitting in there. You can put a quick connect M or A style fitting. I usually use the M style. But this is a 3/8 fitting, so whatever you put in there is going to have to be 3/8. I just used a barb, okay, because I already had 2 extra air hoses. I had this 50-foot Goodyear 3/8 air hose, 3/8 ID air hose, rubber, that I bought at Northern Tool as well for like 20 bucks. It's an awesome air hose. So I ran it around to the back of this thing and left a little bit of slack up here so I can move it around. I actually had to mount it, I guess you could say, upside down, because I have this thing hanging on my ceiling here just to keep some of the junk off the floor and off some of my shelves. I'm eventually going to get rid of some of this stuff. It's like coolers and just mainly lightweight stuff. But anyway, if I would have mounted it with this up here, then the hose reel coming out, it would have gotten in the way of this thing. So I mounted it upside down basically, but it still works fine either way. But it is a ratchet design. You can hear it click. Okay, and it'll click 3 or 4 times, but if you want it to stop and lock in place, you just click it once or twice and it'll stop. But if you want it to reel back in, you just pull it and let it back in. So it's pretty awesome. Again, the hose is really flexible. It's good rubber, seems like good quality. I might do another review in a year or two after I've used it for a while. But I just got really tired of unwinding a 50-foot air hose that was hanging on a rack or laying on the floor, and you know, dragging it outside and unkinking it, and then rolling it back up, and it was just getting old. So I went ahead and broke down and got one of these. I've been wanting one for years. Whew. Man, it's hot in here. Conroe, Texas, 80 degrees and humid. I'm sweating. But anyway, I'll show you how I connected it to my air compressor. Walk over here. I had a shelf there earlier today. I took everything off the shelf, put it on my welding table. As you can see, it's covered with junk. Some of that stuff I'm going to get rid of, but I have to keep my expanded metal in my garage, you know, because I built some barbecue pits and stuff like that. So it was leaning up against my toolbox and my blast cabinet, and I couldn't walk over there, and I got really tired of it. So today I got rid of the shelf that was in this corner, and I put the expanded metal over here, and it seems to work out pretty good. I can walk all the way around. It fits right there really well, so it's all good. But there's my air compressor. It's a it's Northern Tools brand. It's North Star, and got it hooked up to a 20 amp 2-pole receptacle, and I've been really impressed with it. It's actually really quiet for how big it is. It's a 3.2 horsepower motor, V-twin. I like to say V-twin. It's just 2-cylinder. But anyway, single phase. There's the electric motor. This thing's pretty nice. It already came with a switch and everything. I'm going to do a review on this by itself later. But again, one of the reasons I chose this was because, number one, it was like, they're normally about $600. And I had a coupon for $50 off a purchase of $500 or more, so that right there put it at $550. And these things never went on sale. I looked at them for years before I bought one, and then they actually went on sale for, I think it was like $569 or something like that. So they let me purchase it at a discount and use the coupon, so I got it for about $519 plus tax. And they delivered it to the store for free. I had to go pick it up, and that's a whole nother story about getting it out of the truck, because it's not lightweight. But anyway, one of the reasons I chose it was because it's already plumbed with fittings. It's got this ball valve on it right here, which is really nice. You don't have to go hunt down fittings and ball valves and all that at hardware stores. It already had the Teflon tape on it and everything. They seem pretty stout. They've been working fine. I've had this thing for maybe a year and a half or so. It didn't come with a regulator, but it does come plumbed with that, and it comes with a drain valve on the bottom. It's really nice. Works really smooth. It's stout, and that's what I use for draining the moisture out of the bottom of it. But I plumbed in this Rapid Air brand regulator slash water filter, and it seems to work really well. You can kind of tune your air coming out of it, your air volume and pressure and all that, which is pretty critical for plasma cutting. And on the back of that, it's got these things where you can hang it on the wall. It comes with a bracket on it, but it's pretty lightweight. It's not too heavy, so I went ahead and just plumbed it right into there. I may hang it on the wall eventually, but for right now it's fine. But anyway, I've got these shelves over here, so I just ran that hose up under my shelves, ran it along the wall, ran it back behind this shelf, hung it up with some zip ties back there, and ran it behind my snap-on blast cabinet here. And it comes up right there and goes over and comes around to this side. And I just kind of looped it through the fan leg right there. It's not hurting anything. And there we go. Put it in the air hose reel. So anyway, if you're thinking about getting one of these, I would definitely recommend it. Unbeatable Price. I know Harbor Freight has theirs for, I want to say theirs is about 60 bucks or something like that. Some of the reviews are really good, some aren't, so I figured for another $20, you know, this thing was on sale again for $79.99, and it's pretty stout, so I'd put it up against the Harbor Freight one any day, but I don't regret buying it, and, you know, like I said, maybe I'll do another review on it in about a year or two. But anyway, I hope this helps out some of y'all, gives you an idea. Maybe helps you get some stuff off the floor, get your garage more organized so you can work more efficiently. And hope you like my video. Like and subscribe if you can. Thanks a lot.